Hello! Today I want to talk about moving to Paris for a semester in terms of what I packed, whether you can consider something a minimalism fail or not. And that is because when I arrived to Paris, I thought I extremely overpacked. Let me just show you what I packed because you will see it is not that bad, but anyway, that is what I want to talk about, is what is a minimalism fail and what is not. So let's see. So I only brought with me 2 shelves worth of stuff. On the upper shelf are my everyday clothes and on the lower shelf are just some leggings and workout stuff and things like that. So you see, I don't think it is as bad as I imagined it is. But as I said, when I arrived to Paris, I felt like I extremely overpacked. And that is partly due to the fact that I looked at the weather forecast about 50 times before I came here. And I even looked at last year's data and I tried to forecast for myself what I will need in these forthcoming months. I came here fall and winter, and the weather forecast said that in September it cannot be more than about 20 degrees outside. And when it comes to winter, it is usually about 5 or 10 degrees. And I was very happy about that, because when you are packing for so long and all your stuff cannot fit into a carry-on and a checked baggage yet, then you are very happy about the fact that you can basically pack for reasonably cold weather. Not too cold, but not warm. And that means long pants and just normal shirts and a couple of sweaters. I was very happy about that up until the last minute, which is when I last looked at the weather forecast and it said that on the day of my flight it will be about 28 degrees, which is hot. Even though I knew the trends from last year, in my head I started to imagine, oh wow, if it is 28 degrees when I'm arriving, then I will probably need summer clothes. And so it was just a huge mess in my head. And I panicked, naturally, and I started packing my summer clothes. Not all of my summer clothes, but I probably packed 4 or 5 summer shirts and 2 shorts and even a summer dress. So because I lost control, I didn't think my decisions through that well. After I arrived, and by the way, on that day it was really warm outside, so that was, I guess, good that I looked at the weather forecast, because I didn't overdress for this warm weather. But after I arrived, everything went back to normal. Everything was the way it's supposed to be. It was 20 degrees outside and slowly the temperatures started to decrease. And I probably showed you a couple of times that it has pretty much rained almost every day. So there were my summer clothes still in the wardrobe and still untouched because it wasn't summer anymore. And I really have my doubts about the Parisian summer at this point, because I've been to Paris once at the end of June and the weather was very similar to this. So I'm starting to lose my faith in the fact that there is actually warm sometime in Paris, but that is not the discussion of today. So there were my summer clothes, and I was very, very disappointed in the fact that I planned for this trip and I planned for the fact that I would only bring the necessary clothes, and that I failed at minimalism, and that was a minimalism fail. And by the way, a lot of people on YouTube talk about minimalism fails. That is why I wanted to make this video. Because after the shock of realizing that I won't need those clothes and that I just brought them over here in vain, after that I started to realize a lot of stuff. I had a lot of other clothes which I brought for winter and fall that I didn't like anymore and that were not even practical or useful for me. And so this was a very interesting twist on the fact that I brought over my summer clothes and I thought that these summer clothes were bugging me. I realized that it wasn't the fact that I brought over the summer clothes, it was the fact that I brought my summer clothes and that I brought even winter and autumn clothes that I knew I didn't like anymore, and I probably didn't like ever, and I only had them because that was the default situation that I had them. That was a very interesting revelation for me, and the realization came to me that I don't like clothes which have black and gray on the same item. And so I decluttered some of those clothes, and I realized that it was probably better for the long term that I brought over those summer clothes, and therefore I knew something was not right in the way I packed. And this was the realization that I could discover. So the reason why I told this story to you is because I don't think that you should blame yourself or you should feel ashamed when you overpack. Because it is not the decisions that you made, it is not the situations that you got into that matter. It matters what you want to do with that situation and what you want to learn from that situation. And if you overpack and you learn and you realize that you don't need those clothes anymore ever, then it is probably better that you overpacked. And this whole minimalism journey, by the way, should be positive, and it is best if you always try to make the best of the situations that you get into. That was my very positive note on minimalism fails. I hope you like this video, and I hope that you can relate to some of this stuff. Have a very nice day, and thanks for watching.